Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's Equinox readings. I'm doing them a few days ahead of time. If you're touching base with these as soon as I've uploaded them, welcome to everyone here. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you are new. This is a very powerful equinox. If you are in the northern hemisphere, which is where I am, then this is the spring equinox. If you are in the southern hemisphere, this is the autumn equinox. This is a major turning point of alignment. And a lot of the energy lines across our beautiful planet are highly activated at this point in time. So we are asking, what is being activated for you? What is being opened for you by this energy? The equinox energy is also sandwiched. This equinox is sandwiched between two eclipse moons. The full moon total eclipse that we've just had and the new moon eclipse coming up soon. We have Neptune about to cross over the Earth's axis from Pisces into Aries. This has not happened since 1861. There are so many other astrological happenings that I'm generally covering in other readings, but this is one of the most significant periods of 2025, and this is a year when so much is happening to us. So this is a pivotal time. Let's find out, what is the energy opening up for you? We have 3 piles to choose from. Beautiful cards, beautiful energy, 3 stones, 3 natural stones as well. So, pile 1, your card is Earth of Earth, Ground of Being. This is the card for pile 1. Earth of Earth, Ground of Being. And the stone that is with this is a piece of natural chalk. And this came from a location here in the UK where I live, fairly close to me, in Wiltshire. It came from a site where there used to be a white horse on the hill, but the white horse is no longer visible. But as I walked there, this literally almost like rolled out of the hill in front of me. Very, very incredible energy. It really gathers light, as you can see. So this is for pile 1. Pile 2, you have Fire of Water, State Change. So this is for pile 2, Fire of Water, State Change. And your rock, your crystal, your stone is actually, again, a natural flint heart. It's formed in exactly this shape. And my connections with this stone, I actually found it on a beach. But my connection to this stone is that it really takes me to St Michael's Mount, which is in Cornwall, here in the UK, which is one of the entry points of the Michael line. And indeed, the Michael and the Mary line cross there. It's what we call a kissing point. But at St Michael's Mount, halfway up the pathway that leads to the top, there is a heart-shaped rock. It's set into the pathway, and this reminded me of that. Every time I touch base with this flint stone, this is what comes through. It just connects me to that energy, that kissing point of the Michael and the Mary lines. Just thought I'd sort of share that with you while we are looking at these cards. Pile 3, you have Dimensional of Dimensional, Deeper Self. This is for pile 3. And pile 3 is sitting with the beautiful Angelite. Again, this is a piece of natural stone. It's been sliced in half so we can see the stone on the inside. On the outside, it looks very chalk-like, actually. It's quite interesting, actually. It's almost like a cross between the chalk and the flint as I look into the colours here. Fascinating. So this is Angelite, and this is sitting with pile 3. Okay, I think we can place that there. Okay, so beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the camera running for a few moments longer before we dive into the readings. It gives you just a little bit more time if you need that. Now, as we are at such an extraordinary point, pivotal turning point, where major astrological happenings are happening, we are asking, what is the equinox energy, the turning point of the equinox energy, the equalness, the balance of the equinox energy opening for you? We're going to dive in deep. We're going to find out whatever we can find out for you. These readings are going to kind of cover the next 3 months. That's really what happens with the equinox through to the next solstice. We're kind of looking at a 3-month period, a quarter of the year. So, beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your readings. You have Earth of Earth, Ground of Being. It's interesting because this is a card that often indicates kind of power, actually, but sometimes like a hidden power, perhaps something that you didn't know you had, or something that's right in front of you that has not yet been revealed to you. I'm seeing this as well. Just the 2 is what I'm hearing. And I'm going to draw from this beautiful tarot pack first, but I do have a second pack as well. Kind of almost using these like an oracle card, actually. Yeah, I'm just seeing the 2. No, this one too. 3 for you. Let's see what we are shown. May we please ask for pile 1? Well, there we have cards flying through for you for pile 1. What opening is the equinox bringing for my pile 1s? Let's have a look. We have Chest Mercy, or Chesed, I'm not sure how I say this. Chesed, Abundance, Gratitude, Big Ideas. Look at the energy of Jupiter coming in. Binar, Understanding, you have Saturn. Okay. Silence, Awareness, the Divine Feminine. Then you have the 24th path, Death, Grief, Rebirth, Transformation. Okay, I think you are, or the opening that's coming for you is actually closing some kind of a doorway of a limitation. Some abundance, gratitude, big ideas coming in with Jupiter. This is like hidden power. All my relations, I love this. Card number 10, interconnectedness. And then card number 29, sacred journey, transformation. Yeah, I think that something in your world is to be transformed. Let's put these over here, I think, for the moment. For some of you, it has the potential for some kind of relationship transformation. And I love that we have here in this card both a chrysalis, we have a caterpillar, a chrysalis, and a butterfly. So a transformation is complete. This is completing something. It's completing some kind of a life lesson, something that you become aware of your own power or your own potential to manifest. Perhaps you literally do become aware of your own power. You know, perhaps you have previously seen manifestation as something that was external to you, almost like that happened to you or happened out of luck, that maybe you transform this. We have the 3 little pigs. How very interesting. Now, this is the card, I believe, of judgment in a traditional pack. I think this is about consequences of your actions. We then have the 3 of crystals, which is a turning point. And then we have, we have the guide of crystals, and we have Saint Nicholas here with the hair of fertility. Yeah, with abundance here. This is absolutely definitely something is coming into you. This is the turning point. Something that has gone through various stages of development is about to come to fruition for you. And that's the opening here, or the turnaround, or the shift in energy. Yeah, something like a big idea. It's coming to fruition, or I see this like lightning bolt coming down here, or an opening will occur. Just like this rock, it literally kind of like rolled out of the hill in front of me. It was like it presented itself to me. What do we have here too? We have the eternal child. That's really rather beautiful. We have the orphan. and we have the mentor. This is this is really, really interesting. I just think that your story is really unfolding here. I think there is a childhood dream that you have. I think this really goes way back to a childhood dream that you've had. And also, I would say a childhood dream that came because something in your childhood was lacking. You know, like sometimes dreams are just, well, they're just, you know, not that there's any just about them. Dreams are amazing, but sometimes our dreams are literally that. They are our dreams. They're the things we desire. They're the things we dream of. But this is very specific. This is a dream that you had as a child, something that you set your heart on as a child, or you wanted as a child, or you imagined as a child, and it was because something was lacking. It reminds me a little bit of, you know, I've come across people who had really, really tough childhoods, for example, and they used to dream that they were adopted and sort of hope that their adopted parents would come and find them. It's like there's something that felt that it was missing, something that they wanted. And I think there is a dream. I mean, that it may not necessarily have come through challenge and difficulty. It could be if you lived in poverty as a child, for example. And this has abundance coming in here. It could be that if you lived in poverty because your parents struggled financially and you always wish that you could, you know, earn enough to kind of do more, to even to look after them as well, maybe. Something is changing or coming into you that connects to a childhood vision or a childhood dream that you had, something you used to imagine that you would desire or that you would want to manifest, something that you thought, you know, one day that's what I want to do, or that's one day that's what I want to have, or that's who I want to be. Something is coming into you. I do think you are going to get guidance here. Now the path, the 24th path, the death card, grief, rebirth, transformation. This is kind of suggesting, especially with the 3 little pigs as well, this is suggesting that someone will come and aid you, or a circumstance will come and aid you, or you'll be shown something. Perhaps you'll be shown your own power by someone. You could become a mentor. You could become a counsellor to somebody. But there is something that is transforming due to a lack of something in your childhood that is now coming to you. And this is what is opening up here with the equinoxes. If it was a really happy relationship for some of you, this could connect to that. But we're seeing fulfillment here, which is just lovely. I'm going to just ask for more details. Let's get your tarot cards out, or your other tarot cards, and just get some more details here. I would also say for some of you, grief. I also think maybe there's something you lost. It may even not just have been to like an absence of something. It could literally be something that you lost as a child that comes back to you. It could even be an internal sense of self-belief, if you lost your self-belief as a child, because the 3 little pigs were threatened by this wolf who kind of huffed and puffed and said, I'll blow your house down. And I think they had a straw house, and I think they had, I'm not sure what the second house was. And then the third, of the 3 pigs, one little pig had built a house out of bricks and it could not be blown down. And they kind of defeated the wolf. With Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas is the patron saint of, he brings abundance, he brings help, he brings support. Often to people in trouble, actually. Look at all these gifts coming in. Interesting, we have 3 little pigs and we have 3 of crystals. Are there 3 things that are coming into you here? 3 particular areas of your world that are changing. That could be relevant to some of you. Let's draw your tarot cards and see what else we're shown. Okay, so we have the moon on water. Yeah, I think this is something you have dreamed of. Something is to come back to you. Yeah, either it was lacking or it was lost, taken away. We have 2 of Stones challenge. Okay. We have the Seer. Okay. We have the 5 of Vessels, Ecstasy. We have the 8 of Vessels, Rebirth, connecting to the Death card energy again. We have also 6 of Vessels, Reunion. Okay. Some of you literally could be reuniting with someone, coming back into your world who you knew as a child. But whether this is being reunited with a dream, or even, some of you could be meeting with someone. Perhaps you parted under challenging circumstances. Also, if some of you lost belief in yourself, in your childhood, or if your gifts particularly were diminished, your ability to see, your wisdom almost as a child, if that was negatively received, negatively put down, it's like you can re-find yourself. To all my relations, interconnectedness. When we speak of this and, we say homataquioasin, it's what it's saying to all my relations. It's honouring all of life and our interconnectedness. If you as a child used to astral travel, if you used to connect but feel that was diminished, or your gifts were diminished, I think they will be reopened. You could even find that you start to see literally things, people, beings that you used to connect with as a small child but had over time lost touch with. What would abundance be for you? Jupiter is an energy of expansiveness, but there's something expanding in the physicality of your world, something that empowers you. Maybe it is because you can see clearly. You are rebirthing. Maybe you can also see people more clearly, some of you. So if someone is a predator, you're going to pick it up really, really quickly. Indeed, this could also be slightly challenging, liberating and yet challenging, because if your gifts are being opened up, if you were clairvoyant as a child, but somehow it got sort of shut down over time and it's reopening, it's an amazing gift. But my goodness me, when you see things, it's not always easy. I think gifts are awakening for you, but I see you largely just feeling liberated more than challenged by this. But it could be something that was challenged in your history that returns, reunion. Yeah, I think either someone is coming back into your life or something that was removed. And literally this could be trust, it could be connection, it could be an actual someone. This equinox is opening a door and something or someone is coming back into your world that was a childhood dream, or they were a childhood dream, or they were someone you lost touch with but wished and longed to have remained in touch with them. Something is coming back, and it does go way back to childhood, which is why it could also be your gifts, or it could also be the healing of something that was a challenge, that you are liberated from it. What else are we shown here? We have the Forest Lovers. You see, this could be someone like a childhood sweetheart. 9 of Bows, respect. And 10 of Stones, home. This is very, very interesting. Look at this. So they have made a commitment. They're tying the knot. Gosh, yeah. If as a little person you had a childhood sweetheart or someone, or a really good friend, someone you had a strong connection with and you parted company for some reason. With the 9 of Bows, I see literally there's a parting here. And I do feel this was connected to your home and your family life, whatever this is. I'm just going to draw more cards and I think we're going to find out more for you. But this is what's being opened for you. Extraordinarily fascinating that something that you have lost touch with, that was removed, or you parted company from it. I mean, this could even be, yeah, like I said, your own ability to reflect, to feel happy, to be able to relax, to feel joy, to feel ecstasy. For some of you, it is the physicality of someone. Some of you could even be going home, going back. If any of you are planning a visit to like your birthplace or the place you grew up in, I think there might be something there for you, something that will be shown to you if you return there. You know, when you revisit somewhere and you might see something through a different lens, or indeed a sign or a synchronicity could happen. Yeah, if any of you are planning on returning to your childhood area or home, I do think something may well be revealed to you that creates an opening, creates a window of opening. Let's get more cards. May we kindly ask for more information about what pile one might find, for whom this may be relevant, if they return home. The gem. Wow. I mean, this is a card of abundance. How interesting. But because this is a hidden power, a hidden gem is what's coming through for me. Okay, we have the tear. And we have the riddle. This is very interesting. So, my beautiful souls, very mind-blowingly interesting. Partly what's also going to come through for you at this equinox time. Now, equinoxes are a point of equilibrium. It's a little bit like a quarter moon. You know, for those of you that follow the things that I do around the moon, when we have a new moon, we're in a place of new beginnings. We're setting intentions and wishes. When we're at a full moon, it's often a place of release, of letting go, or of illumination. We can see things clearly. The quarter moons are points of evaluation. This is an equinox energy. There's an equality. There's a balance. We can see things from more than one side. But I actually feel that something is to be revealed to you at this equinox time. I think it goes back and connects to your childhood. It's like a missing link. It solves a riddle. Something that caused you distress or sadness. You've shed a tear over it. You could have parted company with somebody, but never understood why. You know how sometimes in childhood someone moves away and they didn't get to say goodbye and you just didn't know and no one told you because it wasn't perhaps a world where people had that kind of emotional awareness. You never really understood why that happened or however that panned out. But it was something that caused you sadness or that was taken away from you. As I said, it could have damaged your self-esteem. But I think the riddle is to be solved, the missing link. Something is to be shown to you. It's like a hidden gem. It means that things make sense to you. It means that something is no longer unresolved. In many ways, some of you may literally come home to yourself. And I think that is what the equinox energy is bringing for you. So it could be a something or a someone in a physical way, but it could also be some piece of information that creates a resolution. Now, I'm interested in the abundance. I'd like to know more about the abundance because we've got this coming through here with St. Nicholas here, like it's Christmas time. Gosh, did anything happen to any of you around at Christmas time? Just noticing that I just saw the base of the packs of here, so I'm just going to check on this. So we have the thread showing up. Yeah, this is a breakthrough moment. Something makes sense, or you can reach a target or a goal or a dream again. Okay, let's just bring that card out for us. Ecstasy, happiness, rebirth. This is lovely. Something makes so much sense to you, or something comes to you. And it goes way, way back to your roots. Okay, we have Eros. Okay, what else can we ask about this? About the abundance. We have Agape. May we please ask about the abundance. What is this abundance about, please? May we kindly find out, what is this abundance about? And we have the venom. Oh, right. So something. Gosh. Maybe something was even stolen from you. Taken from you. Wow. Really, in a not okay kind of way. I was listening to a lovely video from Pam Gregory, the astrologer, who I love very much, and she was talking about a yearning, and I really resonated with that in terms of like the emotional relevance of the energy of this time, that we're yearning, whether we're yearning for peace or whether we're yearning for a deeper connection, or we're yearning to process stuff and come through, or we're yearning to just have a, whatever it is that we're yearning for, whatever abundance and happiness would mean for you. And I think this is something that you have yearned for. And going right back to what I said right at the start of the reading, something you've always wanted is coming to you. It may have literally been almost like taken away from you when you were little, trashed, ruined, stolen, or someone left. But it comes back to you. It goes way, way back to your childhood. It really does. The flame. This could be a twin flame for some of you. Wow. And then we have the stone. How interesting, the stone nation. And this stone just rolled out in front of me. From something, of course, that used to be there on the side of the hill. It was something that used to be there that is no longer present. From a white horse, very gifted, energetic area. Okay. I'm going to draw some final cards to see if I can get any idea of what it is that's coming to you. But what this reading is saying, and of course it's a general reading to reach many. So what this reading is saying, something you have yearned for as a child, whether it was because it was missing or it was stolen from you, or somebody who was just very, very venomous, very envious, kind of trashed it or left you feeling like you didn't deserve or you couldn't have, something is returning to you. And I think that you are going to truly love it. Really, really love it. When we have any indication of what this actually is for my pile ones, let's just follow this through. So 3 of Stones, creativity. So for some of you, it is literally that spark within where you can see, you can live, with that creativity, that creativity from within. Something that could have held you back and stopped you from manifesting abundance, love, whatever abundance would mean for you, stopped you manifesting, something that's held you back. Like you get your mojo back, or you get your self-belief back, or something here. So creativity and that inner sense of self-belief is coming back to you for some of you if it was trashed as a child. For some of you, Three of Bows, fulfillment. Interesting that we have the seer here, both hooded figures. I see you again being able to, this is all about manifesting, actually. Fulfillment, being able to have what you desire, being able to manifest what you desire. But I do also see with this card your potential for, you become a seer. You know, I think you know how to manifest from the inside out. Something comes to you. Two of Arrows, injustice. Okay, so for some of you, this is something that is put right with the Venom card. Some injustice that was not okay as a child is addressed. Interesting, we have the two threes, Three of Stones and Three of Bows. I was really thinking, do you know, for some of you, this goes back to something that happened to you at the age of 3. The threes have been coming through in this reading, that number. Yes, some of you have, something happened to you at the age of 3. That will be for some, but not all. Page of Bows Stoat. Okay. And then you have the Great Bear. Wow. Look at the protection here. And look at the Northern Lights here as well. Okay, so. Page of Bows Stoat, the Great Bear. I see you entering this. It is like a birthing, I feel like a birthing chamber. This long barrow looks like a birthing chamber. If something happened, and it could be around the age of 3, but childhood generally, where you were left not feeling safe. And if you think energetically that these kinds of things stop us from being able to be fulfilled, because, or to be abundant, to live an abundant life. You know, we can be sort of surviving rather than thriving. I think something happened to you in your childhood, or as I said, something, you were parted from something, or it was never present. And actually, it's all that comes with that has inhibited you in your adult life from being able to manifest successfully the life of your dreams. This is what is being righted. And this totally aligns with everything that I'm being shown in my own downloads around the incoming energy at the moment. And the equinox energy, this turning point sandwiched between these 2 eclipse moons, and at a time when Neptune moves across the Earth's axis into 0 degrees Aries, which is the sign of I am, of agency, of empowerment. Something, as I said, may click into place. You may find out something and everything suddenly makes sense, and you feel that you can now, you understand why something happened perhaps. But however we look at it, whether this is something like a relationship or someone returning, however this arrives, the actual turning point, sort of energetically, spiritually, is that you can now, from henceforth, manifest from the inside out. Whatever was damaged or was lacking, it gets fixed and resolved. And this is the opening that is coming to you, my lovely pearl ones, in the energy of the equinox. And if you are watching this ahead of time, I'm posting this ahead of time, then when you get to the equinox point, you know, really try to take a little bit of time out during that day to get still, because truly there's like a 4-day window around this period. And if you get really still and really present, you can literally feel the moment of that turn. It's like the earth herself pauses for breath and you can literally feel that happening. So if you have any opportunity to try and be very present on the day, on just that 4-day window, and allow yourself to receive the incoming energy, which is recalibrating us. That's what I've really been shown significantly in my own journeying, that we are being recalibrated. Energy is coming in waves, and it's literally almost, you might actually almost feel like at a cellular level things are shifting in you. You may be experiencing pockets of exhaustion and discombobulation, but that's because there's so much energy coming in. But all of that is coming in to assist us in literally transforming and rebirthing. And for you, this is going way, way back to something in your childhood. And that shift is creating the most phenomenal window of fulfillment, ecstasy, happiness, abundance, whatever that will mean for you. Joy, connections with all your relations, your ability to see, your ability to just be fully yourself and totally in touch with the world around you and all around you, but with confidence. Pile 1, this is your reading. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for being present. Thank you if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. Beautiful souls, I'll be doing some sort of regular updates with my readings about the incoming energy, what's happening. I think we are really seeing some major intergalactic shifts, and along with that we're going to be exposed not just to energy, but I think an awful lot of intergalactic information and happenings. So do press subscribe and hit the little bell icon as well if you want to make sure that you are notified as soon as I post anything. And beautiful souls, I'll put the link to my all zodiac sign readings at the top of the description box as well, and all the cards I'm using, just so that you can, if you want to access your all zodiac sign readings, they are actually on a different YouTube channel. So if you want to check in on those, please do so. I actually, funnily enough, checked in on one of my own the other day, and I do the readings and I'm in them. I'm not reading for myself, but I had a bit of a discombobulation and thought, I'm going to check in on that. And I have to say, I was thrilled that I could really see that it was actually, the energy was accurate. Obviously, I don't do my own readings for me, but it was an interesting thing. So I would say if you're having a moment of discombobulation, do check in on those readings. You may find them really, really helpful at the moment. Pile 1, tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. Pile 2, welcome to your readings at this extraordinary time. You have state change, fire of water. This card, your significator card, tends to suggest almost like not just a change, but kind of like lots of changes, almost like shape shifting. I'm seeing this and also this one here for you. Like a bit like shape shifting, but kind of in flux. I feel that maybe you are undergoing not just sort of one doorway opening, but lots of doorways opening, a whole series of changes and transformations. I'm seeing this one as well. Let's see what else we are shown for you. May we kindly ask for pile 2 what opening is this extraordinary... I think we got to go with these. I'm going to put these to one side, my beautiful souls. They just kind of came out, and I think we'll just put them to one side and look at them in a moment. I'll put them over there. We'll look at these first. May we ask for my pile 2 about these openings, this shape-shifting energy. What is happening around my pile 2s at this equinox time? So we have 24th path, death, grief, rebirth, transformation. Now this came out in pile 1, so if you were drawn to pile 1, I highly recommend it. 11th path, the Fool. Wow. Leap of faith, freedom and trust. 12th path, the Magician. Well, that's unbelievably significant in terms of you undergoing a process of transformation. With the leap of faith, the Fool energy, this does make me think about, you're transforming, you're in one state, you change to another state. The Magician is about chemistry, magic. We then have Winter, 24, Winter Elder. We have 44, Dreamcatcher. And 6, Wisdom, Beaver, with the birch trees, which is all about new beginnings. This is absolutely fascinating. So, my lovely pile 2s. We also then have Child of Hearts. This is the Page of Hearts, or the Page of Cups. And the 3 of Wands, which is a card of empowerment. Okay. I think that we can move your cards around and bring these in, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me move this up here. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can bring these around. Can we do that? Can we get everything in for you to see? This is a major, major rebirth. No wonder you are going through like massive sort of like shape-shifting energy. Because it's feeling, I think you're probably feeling a little bit raw, a little bit vulnerable. At the same time, I think you want this. I mean, you really, really want this. Let me see if I can just adjust the lighting so that there's not so much glare on the cards here. Okay, I hope that's a little better. So, Page of Hearts, or Page of Cups, Child of Hearts, 3 of Wands. We also have the 7 of Wands. We have Sleeping Beauty. Okay, I'm going to move this for one moment. We have 4 of Wands, and we have Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, so you really are going through a massive, massive, massive process of rebirth, literally at a cellular level. And I think the equinox is heralding something of a turning point from like a winter state almost to a spring state with beaver, with wisdom energy. We've got the birch trees, which really symbolize new beginnings. Now, I think this has been, I just want to say, a bit of a challenging process of rebirth. That's what I want to say. I think it's felt quite risky. Like there's probably circumstances going on around you where you're sort of, I suspect, feeling that circumstances might be a little bit out of your control at times. But what's happening is you're being woken up here, literally. You're being woken up and you're refinding your innocence, almost, your purity. You're being purified, you're being healed, you are being shape-shifted. I feel like you're probably entering the dream time as well, almost like, I mean, I could imagine many of you may be dreaming really prolifically at the moment, and you may even feel like you are drifting in between the worlds a little bit, where you're catching sight of things that just are, it is like just in between the worlds, I feel. Moving from sort of like lucid dreaming, daydreaming, into sort of real life, the practicalities. But I suspect it might be quite hard to remain grounded for you at the moment. Now, Jack and the Beanstalk is a story that is loaded with magic. It's absolutely full of magic. Shed loads of magic coming in. The Magician is all about magic. But there can also be some trickster energy around the Magician card as well. What else do we have? We have the Shapeshifter. Well, look at that. Look at that. Then we have the Shaman. We have the Lover. And we have the Box. Okay, right. My beautiful, beautiful pile 2s. You are, I think, undergoing a massive, massive shapeshift. Literally, I think that at a cellular level, you are changing. And it's not an overnight process. What is happening at the moment is that when these waves of energy come in, I spoke about this a little bit at the beginning, and I've talked about it in some of my other videos. When these waves of energy are coming in, they literally look like, it's quite translucent. You can actually see it, especially at night. You can see the energy coming in. And even on a dark night when it should be a new moon, you can still see this translucent energy. It's quite extraordinary. Now, as this is coming in, we're kind of being reset. We're being realigned. I think that different people are noticing this on different levels. I think you have a very, very heightened sensitivity, and you will be noticing this big time. And so in many ways, you are a real vessel for the receivership of the magic, the receivership of the transformation, and you are going to transform. And I don't think there is any way back from this. I think you are transforming, and that is it. I want to say that it's not always easy, because you will have times when I think you feel quite exhausted. You'll have times when you might feel very boxed in. You'll have other times when you're really thinking outside of the box, which means that you won't always feel as though you're in alignment with other people. You're being asked in this reading actually to just sort of kind of accept it, almost, that this is happening. Even the shapeshifter, it's got like a snakeskin kind of coloration to it, and you are literally shedding skins. And sometimes it will feel like you wake up and you're just in a whole new world. You're looking through a whole new lens. You'll wake up, you'll just see things differently. Sometimes you'll notice something and you'll just think, how did I never see that before? But this is happening, and it is part of your personal evolutionary growth. We're all at different ages and stages, and this energy is affecting everybody. But some people will be more aware of it, and some people are higher up the chain of consciousness, and you are higher up the chain of consciousness. That's what I'm seeing here. Jack and the Beanstalk, this is, I believe, the Hanged Man in a traditional pack, and the Hanged Man asks us to surrender. It's like surrender to the journey. Now, it may be that this equinox energy is... I think you're being given timings. That's what you're being given here, because you are undergoing a lot of shape-shifting, a lot of having to quick to respond to things. I think you are about halfway through some process of big transformation. So if you think back to when did you really start to feel this energy shifting around, it could have been the last 6 months. In which case, I think you're about halfway through. I say this because this stone really leapt out at me, and this is literally about halfway up St. Michael's Mount when you see the heart-shaped stone. But you kind of, you're on track. I always feel if I walk up that pathway, I know when I pass that heart-shaped stone, I know I am on track. I know this is what this reading is also telling you. You are on track. Everything is happening according to plan. And I think if you think of winter moving through to the energy of the equinox, here and it's the spring equinox, but even the 3 month period between an equinox and a solstice, for example, like a winter solstice, whether you're autumn to winter or winter to spring, I think you are literally halfway through, and it probably is actually like an overall 6 month process of evolution. And I think you're probably at the 3 month point. I think most of you will have possibly tuned in to something of a, if you think back, what was happening to you 3 months ago? What did you start to see shift and change? I think something for some of you quite radically caused you to either feel boxed in or to feel like you had to step out of the box. Yeah, so whatever was going on, I think about 3 months ago, I think something may have been triggered for you, or a pathway of specific transformation, shape-shifting, or something happened. I think around 3 months ago. You're about halfway through the process. Maybe you saw somebody in a way that you haven't seen them before. It's part of your evolutionary process. It's part of you being woken up to something. Let's draw tarot cards and ask more about this opening. I sort of feel that you're still in it, and about halfway through that process. Maybe please ask for further guidance and information for my lovely pile twos about this transformation, this shape-shifting, this circumstance that you're needing to, well, I say needing to navigate, I think you are navigating it actually. Okay, so we have 7 of Vessels Morning. Okay, let's move that along. We have 9 of Bows Respect. We have 2 of Stones Challenge. We have 3 of Stones Creativity. We've got 7 of Bows Clearance. We've got the Pole Star, and we have the Blasted Oak, which is actually the card of the Tower. So pretty huge card. Okay, so I think that you are in the process of something very major, very life-changing. But I don't think you're there yet. I think you're in the middle of it. It may honestly feel like, I just feel some of you feel like you are a bit closed in, or a bit boxed in, or a bit fragmented, or you're seeing things differently, you've never seen them before, or things just feel like they are sort of disintegrating. And yet, I also think you're kind of compelled, and rightly so, to move forwards and through this. Something, you're being led. This is guided. This is the pathway you're meant to be on. So if you're finding that anything is disintegrating in your world, or you are facing challenges, or things are departing from your world, or literally shape-shifting, relationships changing shape, circumstances changing shape, stuff ending, and you think, well, I just didn't see that coming. Where's that coming from? It's ending with purpose. You're actually being guided along a very specific pathway. Things are being opened. The way is being cleared for you. But what I will say, my beautiful souls, is I don't think this is always easy. I think it feels that there are some quite significant challenges. It's almost like you're being pushed to have to step outside the box, pushed to have to move into different realms. I think some things you may be embracing very willingly, and other things may be feeling like they're happening to you. But my pile twos, this is really purposeful. Things are being cleared to keep you on track with something. The hairs ultimately create fertility. Let's ask for more information about what you're moving to. You know, what's the shape of your world when you get to the end of this period of, or this pocket of transformation? What is it that you're getting to? Maybe kindly ask, like, what's the shape of the world going to look like for pile 2 in 3 months' time? And you may be thinking, gosh, this is really hard. Do I have to wait for 3 months? Honestly, 3 months is going to fly by because time is really speeding up at the moment. So we have the thread. When I see you really break through, it's like you break through some kind of glass ceiling. We have the seed. Okay, so seeds that you're sowing now will come to fruition in 3 months' time. Saying this one. We have Kairos. Again, yeah, so any lack of clarity, you're going to see so clearly why this has happened, and why things have changed, and why they needed to change. And with the Shaman card that you had, I just feel this will be, say the Shaman card, with the Magician rather, I just feel you've got this energy of, literally, it's like alchemical change. This is meant to happen. And then you have the prayer. Okay, you are honestly being asked to surrender. Surrender to the transformation. I think it also is part of your destiny, your calling. And we have the stone. Isn't it interesting? I feel that with the stone energy, and here we have the stone. With the stone energy, Something will consolidate. I think in about 3 months' time, you'll find that life is really steady. You'll be more grounded. It will consolidate. Your prayers may even have sort of formed. At the moment, you're in this space where it feels as though you're crossing dimensions, and the seeds that you sow now will come to fruition. There's stuff you have to let go of. Let go gracefully. You are bang in the middle, literally bang in the middle of a process of evolution, of major transformation, major life-changing transformation. It's meant to be. This is like your pathway, your calling, your destiny. Let's get some additional tarot cards out and just ask for a bit more information as to how this is unfolding. May I please ask for more information? So we have the Four of Pentacles, which I always feel asks you to not hold on to things. We have the Two of Cups, which is wonderful, and we have Temperance. Okay, so this is a point of new beginnings. Now, for some of you, if any of you are in the middle of a relationship separation or relationship breakups, whether this is a working alliance or a personal relationship, I think personal relationships may be breaking down for you. This is, again, meant to happen because it's clearing the way for new. This is new love. This is new connections, new balance, new harmony. We have the Queen of Swords and the card of Strength. And the Wheel of Fortune. This needs to change. There is something around you that needs to change. Now, it could be to do with, I think it does have a focus around relationships. Perhaps you have been embarking upon relationships where you give more than you receive. There's an imbalance. Perhaps you haven't stood up for yourself or had the courage or the strength to really have your own voice or to be heard or to have your viewpoint heard. There could be something of inequality going on here. And this is what's being shifted here. Something is being brought into balance. I also do feel that you may actually be called. Part of your calling may also be to assist people in some way, shape or form, to help people. And it may be that part of this transformation that's taking place is so you step up into that fullest and best, most powerful position. But I do feel it's feeling like an awful lot of stuff around you is breaking down, relationships, connections, but I think you're being moved towards leadership. Can we please ask, what is the shape of Pile 2's world? After this period of time, could we please ask what shape the world will look like? We have the Stag, which is the card of strength in a traditional pack. We have the Five of Vessels, Ecstasy. I'm seeing the pack on the card on the base. Four of Arrows, Rest. How interesting. Could you being pinned down, but there's transformation. I think the shape of what's to come, you have the Forest Lovers, you have the Nine of Vessels, which is generosity. It's wonderful, wonderful card. And you have the Ten of Bows, Responsibility. I feel there's one more card for you here. May we please ask? Yes, we have King of Vessels, Heron. This is King of Cups. Okay, I think you're stepping up into some form of leadership, or some form of something that is connected to connections with people, to relationships with people. I think it's about owning responsibility, maybe being a leader in a group or a tribe. I feel that you will be For some of you, if there are any insecurities within you around relationships generally that stop you from forming solid, intimate relationships, or that stop you from being in a balanced, equal partnership with somebody, whether that's in your working alliances or your home alliances or your love relationships, something is shifting within relationship. And that's actually what we're being shown here. The taking a risk here is all about you being pushed into a scenario where you wake up. And I think, in all honesty, you get to own your own power, but very specifically with other people. You're stepping up into a role where you can take responsibility for yourself, particularly in connection with others. And in about, I think you're halfway through that period, that process. There's major shifts and changes going on. And in 3 months' time, I think your connections to people, I actually think the face of your world is going to look so different. For some of you, you could be in a relationship if you're currently not, but you feel that relationships are a challenge for you, or almost like your nemesis, really difficult for you perhaps. Or you could be in a working alliance where you are very much at the top of your game, or where you feel that you don't have the strength or the courage to step up. I think you can do so. Everything here is suggesting that the outcome of the changes you're transformationally going through, or that the world is causing you to go through, is shifting you to a place of genuine happiness and fulfillment. Whereas previously, I think you have absolutely struggled to. Maybe you also have taken people on face value and you've struggled to really evaluate. Your position of strength and empowerment within relationship is transforming. Whether this is friendships, whether it's, as I said, the love of your life, that is what's changing. And I don't think you can never go back again, but you kind of rise to a position where I think you are genuinely respected. We have the 9 of Bows, respect. I think this is what's happening. It's both self-respect and gaining respect from others. Any element of self-esteem is also, if you have any element of low self-esteem, that's what's being processed at the moment. That's what's being changed. And the circumstances around you, you are in this process. I do think you are about halfway. And whatever was triggered about 3 months ago, is you're about halfway through what I will call the absolute transformation of it. So it doesn't mean there won't be any challenges to come, but I feel like you're probably through the worst of the challenges, because we're now seeing it's that turning point when you emerge and start to grow through and beyond things. And that does include, for some of you, letting go of some people and some circumstances and any inner beliefs around your own self-worth, particularly within relationship. But I think the emphasis of this equinox energy is a shift and a turn in your own self-belief, your own self-worth. And it's through this shape-shifting that you come out very, very much on like the top of your game emotionally, feeling really strong emotionally. No longer afraid of stepping into a place where you have a voice of leadership, knowing who you are. Yeah, I feel like circumstances are taking you out of your comfort zone. And as I said, I think for some there is a leaving behind of some relationships that no longer resonate with you. But it's very much about stepping into what is and what does. Pile 2, this is your reading. It's definitely a shift, I think. It's the shape shifting, the very essence of you. It's kind of that, like, when we look at really, really wonderful couples, for example, or even a power couple, in a successful business alliance. What makes them successful? It's their sense of individuality within that connection, within that relationship. And I feel that's what you are moving towards, a sense of kind of wholeness within yourself, of your ability to see, to be, to have, to do, to say. And from that position of real solidness, of solid sense of personal agency and emotional empowerment particularly as well, I think from that position, You meet people on equal terms, and that, of course, shifts the whole landscape of your world. Pile 2, this is your reading. I am thrilled to be reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Beautiful souls, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you'd like to get notification of any other readings. If you were drawn to pile 1, because some of the cards are showing up here from pile 1 that may be relevant to you. The energy is phenomenal. If you find yourself feeling tired, just try and take some tired breaks, some tiredness breaks, some stillness breaks. If you feel discombobulated, drop into stillness, because the transformation for you is absolutely kind of off the charts, seriously. Pile 2, tons and tons of love. Thank you so much for all of your support to the channel. It really does help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. I will put the links to your all zodiac sign readings, which are on a different channel, on my other channel. I will put them all in the description box so you can tune in with those as well. You may find them quite helpful at this time, particularly in a month that is really, really intense with so much happening and so much energy buzzing around, and you are absolutely on the front line of this transformation. You really, really are. Pile 2, tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what the energy of this equinox is bringing for you. What is this massive opening? What is changing? What is coming for you at this extraordinary time? Now, your card, Deeper Self, Dimensional of Dimensional, kind of suggests going beyond something. Maybe even breaking through of limitations, but going beyond something, kind of like knowing that nothing is ever permanent as well, is coming through here. Let's draw your cards and find out what we are being shown. I'm actually seeing those just coming through straight away for you. I'm going with this. Yeah, let's draw these as well. Let's see what we are shown. For my lovely pile 3s, what is coming through for my pile 3s? What is happening? What is transforming? What's changing? What opening is available for you? What is this energy bringing for you? Let's check in and see what we have. So you have the 20th path, the Hermit. Wow, that's just so figures with the Deeper Self. We then have the 27th path, the Tower, Courage, Faith, Fighting Spirit. And then we have Tiphareth, Beauty, 6, Balance, Sacrifice, Joy. Wow. Okay. Let me just see what else we have before I dive in too far. So ceremonial sacred fire dedication, and we have 2 spirit balance. Goodness me. Okay, I'm going to say that for some of you, if you have been on quite a solitary pathway, I think you might join forces with someone. We have the 4 of Hearts, so we see somebody where something has broken. Here, some kind of a disappointment. We have the Seeker of Wands. And this is Dorothy with her red shoes and her little dog Toto. And the Wizard of Oz is in his balloon, his hot air balloon. This is like the point in the story when she realizes that all she ever had to do was to click her little red heels together and she could be transported to wherever she wanted. We have Guardian of Crystals. Look at this beautiful earth energy. We have the Midas touch. Oh my goodness me. Wow. We have the 3 of Wands as well, which is a point of celebration. Sometimes the 3 of Wands can indicate, well, it's the birth of a creative project, but it could also be the birth of something, a birth of a child, the arrival of something. Something is absolutely coming forth for you. This is really, really a huge energy. I feel that you're moving from a place of aloneness to a place of connection. Whether you find the right community, whether you find the right twin soulmate, I actually do feel you're moving from a space of disappointment within connection, community, to a place of harmony. Dedication. It's like you find your tribe. We have gnosis. Okay, we have the bardo, I believe that is how you say it. We have the ring, which is also about connection. And we have the prayer. Yeah, I think this is a commitment to something. This is it's a commitment to something, either to a community of people or to a course of action, but I do think it probably involves people. It's a turning point. It's something is manifesting. Something is going to be birthed into the world for you. Whereas I think for some of you it's something you've been waiting for. I think you find your place to call home, your commitment, your calling. It could be to a person, but it could also be to your deeper self, your sense of purpose, the right job or the right location. Like you come home to yourself in some way, or you come home to someone. This is the turning point. The equinox this is life-changing with the Tower energy. I do feel it's very interesting because you're moving from like a place where you feel isolated and solitary to a place where you feel joyously connected. Whether this is your connection with spirit, with source, or to an actual physical location, or to a group of people, or as I said, to a person. And I feel that you come home to yourself. You know it. You move from a place where you have been feeling either broken or a bit isolated or despondent, or a place of lethargy, or but yeah, this is a real turning point of commitment, of knowing that this is right. You find something that's right for you. I think we should draw more cards and find out what this is. Could we ask what is right for pile 3, please? What is it that comes through for them? Okay, so we have the Page of Stones, Lynx. Now, Lynx energy is very interesting because Lynxes know when to take action. They know when to pounce. They know when to wait. They are the keeper of secrets as well. We have the Blasted Oak, which is the Tower energy again. Wow. I'm seeing this one. We have the Stag, which is the card of strength in a traditional pack, I believe. So maybe this is something of longevity that comes in, or it is something you've been waiting for. It represents the turning point. Okay, we've got 10 of Bows, responsibility. Again, look at you on the way to this village, to this tribe. We have the card of transition, 6 of Arrows, and the 5 of Vessels, ecstasy. And lastly, we have 7 of Stones, healing. Okay, my lovely pile 3s. The turning point of the equinox is reaching a point for you where you move from a place of either feeling alone, isolated, wounded, disappointed or hurt, to a place where you feel like, it's a place of healing, it's a place of connection. Like, I almost feel like you start to see forwards again. You find your home, you find your tribe, you find the right place to belong in some way, shape or form. This is lovely. It's like the strength comes back to you. That sense of knowing where you're going, feeling like you're on track. Let's get a few more cards. Let us get a few more cards. Can we be shown anything else here for my beautiful pile 3, please? We have the foundation of life, Ace of Stones. So this is a very, very new beginning. But I feel you find an anchor point. It is like you come home to yourself in some way. And this is a person or a location or a community, or that sense of just being absolutely connected with the divine. But there's a commitment here. This is the real thing here, that you know when you just know it through and through. This is the right course of action. This is the right person. These are the right people. We have King of Bows, Adder. This is so transformational. It's also very empowering. I mean, the King of Bows has an energy of literally of creativity, of zest, of transformation. We have the Knight of Stones, Horse. I always see horses as being empowered. Really being able to, stepping into your own empowerment, your own wisdom. Oh, 4 of Stones, Protection, and 3 of Vessels, Joy. Yep. I don't know whether I'm going to need to do too many more cards for you, pile 3. The 3 of Vessels is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And you have the 3 of Wands, creativity, a turning point, a commitment, something, your connection or your relationship to something becomes consolidated. You know that you are on track. You know you are in the right place. You know that you are whatever it is, or with the right person or with the right people. And you, I think possibly you have been wondering, whenever we step into something new, or whenever something happens that where our world comes crashing down in some way, shape or form, and we start the new, we are understandably a bit wobbly. But this is this sort of consolidation that you know you made the right choice, or indeed you know that whatever you're picking up that had kind of crumbled, you know what you're picking up and building now is absolutely right. You're on track, you're on course. This is a very big confirmation actually for you. Let's get some more cards for you though. I will just ask for some more details. Could I ask, is this for some of my pile 3s, is this connected to relationship? Could we ask about this? Is it connected to relationship? And if so, what kind of relationship is it? So we have the 8 of Wands. So this is something happening quite quickly. We have the card of Temperance, which can indicate a guided connection. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah, I think relationship, something is gathering momentum. It's moving forwards quite quickly. Hence the commitment as well. If you are in any stage of relationship with someone where it hasn't really been moving forwards, I think it will pick up speed and you'll reach that point of commitment. And perhaps someone will reveal their feelings for you or to you, or you might reveal your own feelings to yourself. I think there's divine timing going on with the Page of Stones with links. Even though you've had to wait for this, I'm also going to say it was worth the wait. If any of you have been perhaps trying to get pregnant, I think this would be the point when actually you get that, yes, this is happening. The birth of a child is on the way. If there's a project you haven't been able to quite connect with the right people to get it off the ground, or find the right course or the right community, I think the equinox signals the time when the right thing happens. It is about divine timing. May we please inquire if this is about connection to the divine for some people, to their calling. We have Page of Swords. So some of you are learning something. With the Hierophant, wow, commitment to higher purpose. Gosh, for some of you, this could indicate a course of education or a period where you commit to doing a course of learning. And when you commit to it, this is the point of commitment, because you know this is something you want to do, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to be of service. This would be the right course of action, the right course of commitment. So something comes in, it will be your relationship to some kind of a project or a process of learning more. We have the Seven of Cups. How wonderful. If this is your connection to your calling, I think you kind of choose something that matters to you and you choose to commit to it over and above something that perhaps you might just do for material gain. You know, it's like choosing a job or a pathway that is going to make your soul sing. It is that vocation. May we ask, what else might this be in connection to? We have the card of the Sun. Well, this indicates such success. We also have the Four of Wands, which is yet again that card of commitment. Ooh. And we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is not just like making a commitment. It's making a commitment and you get started. You literally get started on this. So it's a bit like a pregnancy. You can't turn it back, can you? Once you're on that pathway, I think you're on track with something, but you didn't know you were on track until you got to this equinox turning point. I think it brings you an opportunity to commit. And whatever the commitment is, it's absolutely right for you, whether it's a commitment also to something that heals you. So there could be a divine timing brings you a program that you might be entering into, where maybe you embark upon a process of healing. Though for some of you, of course, if you have been damaged in relationship, if you have been disappointed in relationship, and this is someone new, for example, then actually this commitment, this dedication from this person, really, it's a healing process. If you've been brokenhearted or let down by somebody who was a bit flaky and was just not really there for you, and then you meet somebody who really is, well, that is part of the healing process, because it's something that is real and consolidated for you. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. It feels angelic, and it feels as though this is moving you from a place of, literally of solitariness to a place of connectedness, a place where you feel like you belong. I think this is just heavenly. This is your reading, pile 3. I don't think I need to draw any more cards. And this is what the turning point of the energy is bringing you. It's the opportunity to commit to someone or something, to have that relationship with someone or something that feels so right for you, and it heals you because it is so right. Pile 3, thank you so much for being here. Beautiful souls, thank you if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the little bell icon as well if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. I'll be doing some really big energy updates, a lot of readings around the very fast transformational energy that is around at this time. If you're feeling a little bit discombobulated or a little bit, out at sea, I think something very strong and very solid is coming through for you at this turning point, which I think will be absolutely fabulous. So pile 3, tons of love to you. Beautiful souls, I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon. And don't forget to check out your all zodiac sign readings. I have put them on my other channel. I have a new channel, the Moon Magic Monthly Tarot channel, and I will put the link to that channel right at the top of the description box if you want to go off and check your monthly readings. Tons of love.